Hello, guys, and we are back for some more of Game Day Bingo action. Should be a lot of fun as we are here for some lunchtime Game Day Bingo this time around, as we'll be streaming to you live on the Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
You tell them. Guys, go and check us out wherever it is convenient for you. We would love for you guys to be out there live watching us, but if you are just checking us out wherever it is convenient, we are just happy that you are alongside us. About 20 seconds before we are enrolled into this first game of Game Day Bingo, so stick around as we can't wait to start giving out these awesome prizes. We have a minor jackpot that just hit $100 at 52 balls or less, a major jackpot that just hit $1,000 at 48 balls or less, and that mega jackpot at $26,235 at 47 balls or less. We absolutely cannot wait to start giving out these great prizes, but before we do so, we need to talk about the prizes that have already gone out.
As we have given out 19 jackpots, that is a prize that is over $600 over this past week, and 375 jackpots so far in this season 16, as we saw one singular jackpot go out on our awesome Monday.
That's right, as Sweet Brunette over at the Gray Fox Tavern took home a whopping $6,881.16. Congratulations to our awesome jackpot winner from yesterday.
Yeah, great win on that Monday as we hope to add some more jackpot winners to our list today. I think we'll have a few more great opportunities today to add to our jackpot list than just one jackpot prize. We usually give out more than one jackpot prize on a Tuesday
Oh,
as
yeah.
we got PGL action coming in later tonight. But we'll talk about that action in just a bit. But if you guys want to stay up to date with all Pilot Games action, you could do us a favor and show some love by giving our Facebook page a like and follow. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games and look for our logo. By doing that, you'll stay updated with weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and more. You can also check out the website link on our Facebook page. We have a link tree with all the info you need, including a bar locations tab that opens up a map that shows you all the pinned locations where you can play Pilot Games. Our other social media links connect you to Twitter as well as Instagram, and our streaming platforms there as well. And even more links connected there. So really just the hub of all things Pilot Games is connected directly through that Facebook page. So we'd love to see you guys be one of those active players that are always on that Facebook, staying in the know.
Absolutely. Stay up to date and in the know today as we love interacting with you as well. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you can shoot us out a message on there and our pilot team will answer you back. If not, our great community of pilot players might just have the answer as well and shoot you out that message as well. Super fun stuff. So go and stay up to date and connected with us anywhere you can. We are just 3 balls away from trying to give out our first lunchtime prize here. And as we do so, we're going to jump into our entirety of our bingo schedule for you guys to know to stick around and come out for all of the bingo we have in store. We're going to be playing these great game day bingo games from noon all the way till 1 p.m. like you do each and every day. Then at 1 p.m., Ian and I will go off air, but you'll jump into your first round of Lucky 4 bingo for the day. It's got over $76,000 in growing as you guys will be getting into that 1 p.m. round. So stick around as that might be just the largest jackpot we have on the line for live bingo today.
Absolutely. And before I get into more of the great live bingo jackpots that will be available throughout today, we do have Deb over at the Niswa Legion taking home that win on the 65th ball dropped, $16.60 there. Congratulations to you, Deb, in this fun game number 1 of Game Day Bingo, as we'll now be getting enrolled into our second matchup with our minor jackpot clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we can continue to watch those prizes grow into this upcoming game, as we'll see the ball count click up as well. Should be some great stuff as we get after it in this game 2 of 12 of Game Day Bingo, like we talked about from 12 all the way till 1 p.m. But post 1 p.m., we'll hop into more Game Day Bingo action after that game of Lucky 4, as you'll play some Game Day Bingo from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. Should be a lot of fun as you work on the minor, major, and mega prize, whatever prizes don't go out during this awesome lunchtime show.
Absolutely. It'll be a lot of fun. And then at 4 p.m., you'll get that next chance at Lucky 4 Bingo. Or if that prize did not go out at 1, you'll have over $76,000. And it might even be higher than that as you guys will be getting enrolled at 4 p.m. After that, you'll get into some great game day bingo for a happy hour 4 to 6 time, as that is a lot of fun as Ian and I usually come back live for that 4 to 6 time. After that 2 hour span at 6 p.m., we'll be jumping into your final round of Lucky 4 bingo for the day. It has, like I said, that over $76,000, the largest live bingo jackpot we have on the line. So come on out for tonight's 6 p.m. chance, your third and final chance of the day.
Yeah, 3 times a week we do like to interrupt that, replace that 6 p.m. Lucky 4 bingo game with Pilot Payday every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So starting tomorrow, we'll start playing Pilot Payday at that 6 p.m. time, getting after a $2,500 Musco prize on a 10-cent card. So it should be a great time there. As you guys will continue to get into more game day bingo afterwards, that normally runs from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. But tonight is a little different because we will be celebrating a MegaSota game night. That gets started at 6:40 every single Tuesday night, and today we'll start it off with a little top dog action. That will be a high-low game at 6:40, where you could take home a great prize for being the first place player. You could also take home a first place prize for being the last place player. So be a low score or a high score, you just don't want to find yourself in the middle of that high-low game at 6:40. You'll then play some Fishing Derby at 6:55, where you'll try and reel in that largemouth and smallmouth jackpot. The largemouth currently over $4,000. You'll then play 2 games of Game Day Bingo before you get your next PGL action at 7:25, as you'll play Open Season there, one of my personal favorites. At 7:50, you'll play Easy Money and end off that MegaSota game night action at 8:05 with a game of Jackpot Jungle, where you could try and take home $30,892 and 54 balls or less. It's a great opportunity there.
Absolutely, not to mention it is the first night of the week that you guys can try and take home some PGL points for yourself. So make sure you guys come on out tonight at 6:40 p.m. for MegaSota game night. We also have another PGL specialty night that comes to you as it happens each and every week on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Ian and I usually get the privilege of hosting that amazing Wild Wednesday. That is a PGL specialty night that comes to you as it has some awesome tournament style games that will award you not just those PGL points but the awesome jackpot prizes that go alongside it. Make sure you guys are signed up at pgl.world and a member of the Pilot Gambling League if you want to take home those PGL points that happen on our specialty nights. And make sure you guys come on out as we are getting ready for a brand new season to kickstart after the holidays, season 17.
Should be some good action there. As we are at 45 balls dropped in this game, we got 3 balls away for Mike W. as they are leading the charge over at Briel's Den. As we'll see if they can end up taking home this awesome minor jackpot, as they still are in line to be able to make that winning happen. As we have clicked past the mega and major jackpot. Should be a lot of fun, as after this prize goes out, we'll be hopping into some fun national days. We got some tasty ones and some important ones to be able to highlight on today. But we are going to be seeing who takes home this prize first, as now we got JMS and RV123, 1 ball away. Should be a great time. Have you ever done RV camping?
No.
I was going to ask. Your family's
I've
very
always
much
wanted to, but
yeah. Yeah. Well, now your family has a trailer, which is very similar to RV camping, but not quite. We do have a winner here.
That's right, as JMS over at the Crooked Pine Ale House Waite Park gets to take home that Musco prize in this awesome round. $18.90 is going out to you, JMS, in this great round. Stick around as we have that minor jackpot now at 56 balls or less getting into this next game. Definitely a little bit more doable.
Yeah, should be a great time as we get enrolled into this next matchup. But we were talking a little bit about camping before that. But your family's always been more of a tent and cabin camping kind of family than RV or camper type camping type deal. And I would say my family's normally the same. My grandma has always had RV of some sort or a camper that she's had. So we've sometimes done camping in hers, and that's been fun. But there's nothing like a good tent out in the wilderness.
I completely agree. Tent camping is by far my favorite camping. I don't care. I'll sleep on the ground, honestly, for the full weekend. I really, really enjoy camping. I know a lot of people by the end of it, they're so ready to head home, but honestly, I absolutely love tent camping. I really don't think you can beat it. I also have never really experienced camper camping or RV camping, but it just seems like close quarters for I guess tennis as well.
I was about to say that's not.
That's not a valid argument.
No, 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 no. But
Yeah, I was just thinking because I go tent camping now with friends and stuff instead of sharing it with loved ones. But I think of RV and camper camping still with my family. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, I would very much like to try RV camping. I've always really wanted to go to the U.S. monuments and go travel through the states with an RV.
that would be super, super fun. Yeah, I've never done it where I got the master bedroom. So that would be something that I think would up my love for RV camping because if I got the full,
You know,
basically bedroom experience while being out
I
there.
wanted a bunk, like one of those bunks that have like the curtain that shut it, like a cubby.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
really wanted those, like like tour buses that people take, and they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
just
yeah.
like the stacked beds. I really liked the idea of that when I was a kid. I don't know, I really liked that like small space that was just my own though.
That was just. I would rather have a big space that's just my own.
Yeah, I'm a simple gal. I don't
Seems
need
even
that much.
better. Obviously, any space to my own while camping seems to be a nice plus because it's kind of hard to get your own space when you're out camping and such.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of privacy.
No, no, there's not. Because most of the time you're going with a bunch of different people. But with an RV, I feel like you can get that own space, especially if you own the RV, because then you get that actual bedroom that is very enjoyable.
Absolutely. I think that traveling in a van had always appealed to me a little bit more, like the van life that people do as they convert the back of vans into little bedrooms and living areas. I really like the idea of traveling in that.
Yeah, that seems nice. But the ease of having a bathroom with you is something
Yes.
that I'll definitely.
Don't want to take for granted.
I don't want to take for granted, which you wouldn't get with a van. So that's the only separation. I really don't care. Like either one is kind of nice. You get your own kind of bedroom style kind of situation. And most of the time the bathroom isn't too far on whatever campground you're at. But it is nice, when you're having a night of having a fun time and you don't want to make that trek. That's the 5-minute walk over to the camp bathroom. It's really nice. It's really nice at that 2
Yeah,
a.m.
I've always stayed at places where I've had to walk a hike and a half to get to the restroom.
Yeah, yeah. So for the 2 a.m. wake up and you're like, oh, that really stinks. The RV is where it's at. That's,
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. I definitely see the appeal.
For sure, for sure. But great stuff there. RV123, thanks for getting us on that conversation. As we move on to some national days, it's National Lager Day. Lager Day on December 10th raises a glass to the third most popular beverage after water and tea. While lager is typically characterized as a light summer beer, we believe that every season deserves to be celebrated with a few of your favorite things.
Absolutely. I definitely think that this fall transitioning into winter season is like the season of beer for me. And so this is definitely a great one to celebrate on today, as I know just next week as the holidays are approaching. I know we're all going to be getting ready for our holiday drinks that we want to be having. So maybe picking out your favorite lager for this season is definitely a good one. I know traditionally it might be more of, if it's a lighter citrusy beer, it's not citrusy, but
What, lager?
yeah, I wonder what is the time of year that is supposed to be most preferential for this. We do have our winner here, though, as Call Me Jen at the Bennett's Chop and Rail House gets to take away $21 on that great Musco prize. Nicely done to Call Me Jen.
Yeah, definitely some fun stuff there. It's just a light beer, so usually light beers are considered summer beers, where a more heavy beer is considered a winter beer. And
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's what I figured, but
so yeah, it doesn't have citrus notes or anything like that. That doesn't have to be the case for a lager. But we have 58 balls or less now for that minor prize at $288. We're going to cover the top 5 most popular lagers out there.
I think you can pretty much guess them. In 5th place, we've got Michelob Ultra. This one comes from the great state of Missouri, as this is a bright, grainy, light, and malty beer. This pairs great with beef and nuts.
Ooh. Well, a lot of these pair great with some nuts, as you can also have chicken paired with the number 4 beer, Corona Extra. This comes from Mexico and is an American style lager. It's a tasty one. It's one of my personal favorite summer beers.
I would have to disagree. I know everyone loves a good Corona, but that is just not my beer.
Hmm.
At number 3, we've got Miller Lite. Obviously, this comes from Wisconsin. This is a crisp, dry, light, maybe smooth beer. This pairs best with nuts and chicken.
Yeah, this was one of the most. This was one of the most. Was one of the first. Like really brand name beers that I really got into early into drinking my different
Yeah,
beers that I
Miller
liked.
is the first beer merchandise that I ever owned.
Really?
Yeah, and so
Really?
shout out Miller.
Very, very fun. Number two is the Coors Light Lager beer. This is a Colorado invention. It's crisp, dry, light, and smooth. It pairs well with some good old chicken.
This is the first brand name beer that I ever really started drinking. I was a big Coors girl. For
Yeah,
a while.
this might have been the first beer that I ever drank.
It's like
Was a Coors, a good old
Yeah.
silver bullet from the can.
yes, yes,
I-
exactly. Snaps for that. That is some good stuff. That takes me back. I don't drink it ever anymore. I don't really enjoy it that much anymore. But when I first started drinking, yes.
Yeah, only when I was when it was
can't
illegal
say.
for myself.
I was gonna say I can't say when it happened, but
Yeah,
man, did I enjoy it.
Only when I was only when I didn't have a choice on what my selection was when
I know it's
drank
like
this
Coors
stuff.
and Natties.
Yeah, when I was just just trying to
A
find
wee
whatever
chap.
I could get, man. That was the Coors Light Lager beer.
Yep.
Well, the number one most popular beer, and one that I may have had two of these
Really?
ever in my entire life.
Really?
I just don't like them at all.
Yeah.
And it's a Bud Light. It's a American style lager, a crisp, dry, light, and smooth beer that pairs well with cured meats.
Absolutely. This is definitely a super fun one, as this is our number 1. It says a blend of premium aroma hop varieties, both American grown and imported, and it has a combination of barley malts and rice.
Well, those are our top 5 most popular beers, most popular lager beers to highlight here on today. Definitely some fun ones out there to be able to enjoy.
Yeah,
as those
I'm going
are
to
some-
shout out number 6, as it's probably my favorite on the list, with a Stella Artois at this number 6. It's probably my favorite lager on this list.
Yeah, I'm a big Modelo fan.
Yeah, I like a Modelo as
I
well.
think that's one of my favorite current summer beers. If I could choose a good summer beer, I might lean towards a Modelo.
Ooh, I like a Pacifico.
Ooh, that's a good one as
Yeah.
well. There's lots of good beers out there, so have your favorite lager on today, as I know a lot of you guys are at bars and restaurants, where you can enjoy a delicious lager wherever you are enjoying your lunch at.
Absolutely. So happy National Lager Day as we move on to our next and final national day, the Dewey Decimal System Day. As the Dewey Decimal System Day falls on December 10th, we celebrate a system of classifications and the man who invented it. Back on December 10th of 1851, Melville Dewey was born. The librarian invented the Dewey Decimal System of library classifications.
Absolutely great stuff there. Me and Jordy's home library does not follow the Dewey Decimal System. It follows Jordy's organizational system that she loves, and I think it works well. It's aesthetically pleasing, not necessarily the easiest to find if someone was just perusing the bookshelf.
No one needs to peruse my bookshelves. We've got Louie over at the Clearwater Corners taking home $28.90. Congratulations going out to Louie. Make sure to get enrolled in this next round. That minor jackpot closing in on $200 will be at 60 balls or less. Super, super doable. It's what Louie took it home in this game. We're hoping to give it out very soon, so continue to get enrolled. We were talking about the Dewey Decimal System and how my personal library does not follow such codes.
And by personal library, we mean one
bookshelf.
full bookshelf. That is
Okay, you know what? Mark my words. One day I will have a personal library, and it will not follow the Dewey Decimal System.
It will not. Once you have so many, though, I feel like it might be important to follow at least some sort
Okay,
of
it
system.
has classifications. Okay, I go by genre. All the same genres are grouped together. All same sizes are grouped together. If they're paperback or hardback they are grouped together,
Uh-huh.
unless I have one abnormally large paperback that's pretty stiff and a large book, then it goes with my hardbacks, unfortunately. But I think it looks incredible, and I would much rather have my bookshelf look great and I know where everything is than anything else.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like as you get more bookshelves, it matters less on how your bookshelf looks, uh, like aesthetically, as you
Oh,
get
maybe for some people.
like a full
Not this scale.
library. I'm talking about like a full library. You do not have to have it be all color coded and everything like that.
Oh, it's
Like,
not color coded, but I understand. Yeah.
yeah, like
I
it's
honestly love when people do, when they have the entire wall. It's all color coded. I think it's very pretty, but it can't be me.
yeah, no, it would probably be better to print out your own book sheets and then get it color coded if you want it that way, and then have it in a system, sort of kind of way of
Absolutely.
doing it.
But the Dewey Decimal System is the system that is widely accepted in all public libraries, both scholastic and just communal. This is definitely a great one. It keeps our libraries well organized. I know a lot of kids tend to cram random books in random places, and our librarians out there do a great job to go and sort through everything, making sure that the entire library is following that Dewey Decimal System. And I give them kudos to spend that time doing so.
Absolutely. Great stuff here. Happy Dewey Decimal System, and happy birthday to Melville Dewey. As we get after it in this next game, we would like to hop into a little bit of Minnesota Vikings news, as Sam Darnold tossed aside his stoic demeanor for a moment after he realized he was on the video board, aggressively twirling his towel to further stoke the crowd's fire after the Minnesota Vikings had pulled away from the Kirk Cousins-led Atlanta Falcons late in the game. I felt the buzz. That was pure passion, pure joy, man, Darnold said. Darnold added yet another highlight to his brilliant first season with the Vikings, passing for 347 yards and 5 touchdowns, both career highs. In a 42-21 victory over the floundering Falcons on Sunday to stretch their winning streak to 6 games. It just felt like it was one of those days to keep the gas pedal down, said Coach Kevin O'Connell, who enjoyed his team's first 40-point game in 3 seasons on the job. Darnold passed for 250 of his yards after halftime. The two helped the Vikings break a 21-all tie early in the fourth quarter and stay one game behind the NFC North leading Detroit, with a final matchup looming with the Lions. This is getting intense as
I'm getting really excited.
as we head towards that final game in the season. If both teams go undefeated, it then would be a split. I don't even know who would end up winning the NFC North. And then if the Lions drop one, as they have the Bills this week, and then they have the 49ers as well later on in I think in 2 weeks from now. So they got some tough matchups as the Lions drop one and get to that 11-2 marker or 12-2 marker, and our Vikings stay undefeated heading into that final game. We could end up with the number 1 spot in the NFC North, and also maybe even compete for that first round bye in the NFC, which I know not many people have talked about us getting that first round bye due to the Lions and the Eagles being such dominant teams, and I just don't think anybody expected the Vikings to be sitting here at 11-2 this late in the season. But it's starting to get into that category where we got to start having those conversations about where we're going to end up in these playoffs. I'm excited for it. But before we talk more Vikings action, we do have a winner here.
Dally KS over at G. Allen's is taking away that minor jackpot prize. Congratulations. $242 is heading your way, Dally. Congratulations there. We've got $44.20 getting tacked onto a double Musco prize getting into this next game. Stick around and get enrolled. You definitely don't want to miss out on this great double prize action.
Yeah, should be a great one. As we continue to talk more about our Minnesota Vikings, as we were having a little conversation about whether they might be competing for that first round bye in the playoffs, which is exciting to talk about. Another conversation that has to be had is, do the Vikings have the best wide receiver duo in all of the NFL? Well, they definitely made a case this past weekend as Jordan Addison had 8 catches for 133 yards and 3 touchdowns, as Justin Jefferson racked up 7 receptions for 132 yards and 2 scores to go along with it. Those scores were the first touchdowns for Justin Jefferson, as he has went scoreless over the last 6 games. It was great to get him back into the getting touchdowns, and just great to see our offense really thrive against that team. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, very impressive performance, and if they can do some more great damage like that, they'll be getting into that conversation of best wide receiver duo in the NFL.
Absolutely, as we can't wait to see how our Vikings will do. We have another game in just tonight.
No.
No? Next Monday?
Yeah, next Monday.
Oh, well, next Monday we're going to be going up against the Bears at 7 p.m., just about a week from now. Should be some really exciting stuff, so make sure to come on out and show your support for our Vikings. You guys can do so in the meantime as well by checking out the great eTap game that we have teamed up with them for, Vikings Victory. You guys can even check out that Skull bonus round where you pick the lucky letter and you end up taking home some trophy prizes along the way. It's definitely a lot of fun.
And just so you help your days of the week, it is a Tuesday. But great stuff here as we get enrolled into this game. We are talking about great games to be playing as you guys are getting enrolled into a great game of Game Day Bingo. And as you play these games of Game Day Bingo, you're actually earning points towards the Game Day Bingo standings, which have been very competitive so far this season, as we'd love to talk about those top 10 players in our awesome Game Day Bingo standings.
That's right, as we kick it off in 10th place with Mike at American Legion Brooklyn Center. They currently sit with 94,000 points. 101,000 points for 9th place, 6'9" T-Bird over at the Lookout Bar and Grill. 8th place is Fast Eddie at Hiller's Last Call Liquor with 104,000 points. Then with 106,000 points in 7th place, we've got Yags 370 over at the Sidetrack. 6th place is Jer Bear at the B&B Sports Bar and Grill, as they now sit with 107,000 points. 110,000 points for 5th place Maggie over at the Heartland University, while Viddy at the Municipal Liquor Store Akeley sits ahead of them in 4th place. Viddy currently has 111,000 points right ahead of Maggie. 3rd place, though, is Brother Nate at Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville with 178,000 points. 2nd place is Mimi at the L&M Bar with 215,000 points. And in 1st place, it is none other than Call Me Jen over at JR Mac, who has a whopping 393,000 points on this season.
Very impressive stuff for Call Me Jen. We see Call Me Jen playing over at the Bennett's Chop and Railhouse right now. 9 balls away from taking home this prize. Great to see our number 1 Game Day Bingo player out there once again getting after it. But now it's time to talk about those top locations when it comes to Game Day Bingo action. As 10th place is the Old Piper in Blaine with 178,000 points. With 192,000 points in 9th place, we have Danny's Dugout. 8th place is the Lookout Bar and Grill with 205,000 points, as the Sidetrack sits in 7th with 226,000 points. With 248,000 points in 6th place, we have the Riverboat Depot, as 5th place is VFW Spring Lake Park with 269,000 points. With 275,000 points in 4th place, we have Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville. As our 3rd place location, getting into the 300,000 point club, is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 304,000 points. With 310,000 points, very close race between them and Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, it's the LM Bar in 2nd. And in 1st place, leading the charge with a huge gap on the rest of the location standings, it is JR Mac with 478,000 Game Day Bingo points.
Absolutely. Congratulations to J.R. Mack, home of our 1st place player. But we have our winners here as JMS at the Crooked Pint Ale House, as well as Call Me Jen, who's playing at a new location. The Bennett's Chop and Rail House is getting to take away and split up $72 between both of you guys. Congratulations in this great round of Game Day Bingo. That was a double Musco prize getting split up between some awesome players. Stick around as that minor jackpot is back on the line at 54 balls or less. Definitely super exciting as that cash will continue to grow as you and your friends get enrolled in this next game.
And as we get enrolled into this game, I would like to remind you we have other games that you can play outside of our live bingo. Actually, we have over 70 different Charitable E-Tab games that you guys can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. These games feature low bets, ranging from 50 cents to $5. They also include exciting bonus and free play rounds in those games. We would love for you to check them out. The E-Tab I will be highlighting on today is going to be the fun E-Tab game Finnegan's Gold. Scared of leprechauns? Don't be afraid of Finnegan, as he is here to help you find some gold. And just maybe, he'll let you bet your winnings on the Double or Nothing bonus reel.
You know, I'm not sure if I'm scared of leprechauns.
Yeah, I'm definitely not scared of leprechaun. I would be scared of a real life leprechaun for sure.
I think I would be as well, unfortunately. I've seen some really great depictions of leprechauns, but I've also seen some really scary depictions of leprechauns.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't even know. I think I would just. I wouldn't assume they're a leprechaun if I ever did see a leprechaun.
Yeah.
But I would be wondering why this little man is running around in the woods.
If they look like what the leprechauns look like in cinematic depictions, where they have like a almost severely wrinkled face and they have just like hair all around them, yeah, I'd be a little scared.
Yeah, I would be a little worried about him. I would be like, oh, what's this homeless man doing running around in the woods, kind of thing, and
wearing all green.
And how did he get that outfit?
He's in like a green velour suit.
I would just be a little worried about what's going on with him, what drugs he's on, and just kind of maybe call the police to just get him some help. I don't know.
Lucky for us, Finnegan is very nice. He's a very kind leprechaun, and he just wants to give you some cash. So go and check out Finnegan's Gold today. You don't have to be scared.
Absolutely, absolutely.
As I will be highlighting the awesome Honeybee E-Tab game.
Ooh.
It is a super fun one that came out just about a year or two ago, as it has some super friendly honeybees that just want to give you the honey. They have a bunch of cash prizes on the line, and it's just you trying to solve the honeycomb. Go and check it out today.
Absolutely. Always great E-Tab games to choose from. And let us know what your favorite E-Tab game is, wherever you're playing Pilot games at. And as we get after it in this game, we would like to talk about some fun movies that were released on today throughout history, as we got some really great ones. As we start off with the 1993 classic, The Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
That's a funny name for it. I can't say that I've seen the second one. I've seen the first one, as this stars Whoopi Goldberg. But in this one, we've got Lauryn Hill coming in. We've got Kathy Najimy. We've got Wendy, McKenna, and even more. Maggie Smith is in this.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super fun stuff, as this is the sequel. As a Las Vegas performer, Whoopi Goldberg is surprised by a visit by her nun friends. That's right. It appears she is needed in her nun guise as Sister Mary Clarence to help teach music to teens at a troubled school in hopes of keeping the facility from closing at the hands of Mr. Crisp, a callous administrator. Can Dolores shape these rowdy kids into a real choir?
Very interesting stuff. Fun little work here. I think the Sister Act movies are quite funny, and so I've watched the original. I never watched the sequel to it.
I was gonna say they have a third as well, and I can't say that I've seen that one.
I don't know if the third one ever came out.
Oh,
I think it's just one of those
20. Oh.
that was supposed to come out, but didn't. It might have got X-nayed. Well, it's confirmed
In development.
in development since 2018. So. One of those things that might have been X during the whole COVID action that ended up going down in 2019. So that definitely could have been the case. But the first two coming out in 1992, and now the one that came out on today in 1993, Sister Act Part 2, Back in the Habit.
Absolutely. As up next, just a few years later, in 1999, we've got the very well-received movie, The Green Mile.
Yeah, this one is a very, very well-received movie and a great cast. Michael Clark Duncan is a really good actor that I enjoy a lot. He's got an amazing voice as well. Tom Hanks stars in this work as well as the main character. You get Sam Rockwell in it, Bonnie Hunt, Patricia Clarkson, and a few other really good actors in their roles.
We do have Kendra at the Wildwood Sports Bar and Grill Rochester taking away the Must Go prize. It's looking like $17.10 is heading your way, Kendra. Congratulations. Stick around, get enrolled. That minor jackpot will be at 56 balls or less getting into this next game. We absolutely want you all to be a part of it, so grab those iPads and get enrolled.
Wow. Okay, we got the director was Frank Dorbont. He actually also worked on The Shawshank Redemption, The Mist, as well as The Walking Dead show, and did The Green Mile. He's got a very impressive resume when it comes to his works.
The Mist was one of the first scary movies I ever watched.
Really? Really well done.
I was going to say,
scary movie.
I really enjoyed it. It, like, really got me into thrillers. I was a big fan of it.
Yeah, I thought it was good for a scary movie, especially as a young
I was like 8
watcher
or
of scary
9 years
movies.
old at the time, and I thought it was a really cool concept.
Very palatable for a scary movie as well. It doesn't have too many jump scares that
Yeah,
get you
it's
like
more eerie.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as a young kid, that was a lot more easy to consume than the other one. Next up, released on today in 2003, me and Jordy watched this for the first time together about 2 years ago, I think it was, and it's called Big Fish. It stars Ewan McGregor as well as Helena Bonham Carter and other Jessica Lange.
So many
Danny
amazing people
DeVito.
came through for this. We've got Matthew McGregory, we've got Albert Finney, we've got Billy Crudup. I mean, I absolutely love this movie. This is probably my favorite movie on the list of movies that came out on today. It really, really stuck with me. This honestly might be my favorite Tim Burton movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a real person Tim Burton movie, or his
Yeah.
favorite of
I don't
all of his
know.
movies? Because I feel like that'd be really high praise to say it's all of his movies, because I know you really enjoy his animated works. But
Oh, I love all of his works. I love Mars Attacks, Sleepy Hollow, and then even on to his animated works as well. But yeah, honestly, I think this might be my favorite Tim Burton work. It's got the best message, I think, out of all of his films. Great storytelling.
well, you have a lot of
super
family
whimsical.
that really relates to the whole entire Big Fish
And
concept.
I love like the whole aesthetic of the movie, how it's like kind of circusy, kind of vintage, like very whimsical. I very much enjoy it. And I love
Absolutely.
Ewan McGregor, and this might be my favorite Ewan McGregor work that I've seen him in.
Yeah, this one of my personal favorites. Obviously, him as Obi-Wan Kenobi will never be topped in my opinion, just because I love the Star Wars franchise, and I love the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan Kenobi in my book, growing up with him in those prequels, and so I'll always have a love for him there just from my childhood. But I think as an actual like acting standpoint of like a quality movie, as you know, the Star Wars movies aren't quality, they're just really entertaining.
Eye of the high ground.
Exactly. It's just fun. It's a fun watch.
That's Ewan McGregor, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. You got it right. But Big Fish is probably the most quality of the
So
works I've
good.
seen him in. Really, really well done. And I think we both have people in our lives that we can relate to. The dad and being like, oh, they're just straight lies that they're telling, kind of thing. And then you talk to other people about it, and it's like, well, it wasn't necessarily the full truth, but it was.
That did happen.
That did happen, and it's a very
I love
much
it.
it's a very relatable concept, especially if you have those kinds of people that are just these
Exaggerators.
giant storytellers of people that just captivate a room when telling their stories, and so you kind of it makes you really enjoy that movie, in my opinion.
I adore Big Fish. I can't speak praises of it high enough. We have our next movie released on today, though, as we're working through this great game of Game Day Bingo. Released on today in 2004, we've got Ocean's 11. This is an incredibly star-studded cast, as most of the Ocean's movies are, as this has Vincent Castle, George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Brad Pitt, Eddie Izzard. We have Catherine Zeta-Jones, Lena Headey. We've got Matt Damon, Bruce Willis, and the list goes on.
Yeah, it is. Huge.
Bernie Mac, Don Cheadle. I could keep going. Casey Affleck.
Yeah. Topher Grace
Yeah,
is credited in
I
the
was
work
just
as
about
well.
to say Topher Grace. Robbie Coltrane. He is Hagrid in Harry Potter.
Yes, yes.
Robbie Coltrane
I
is in this
never
movie.
recognize him without his giant beard.
I do.
We do have JMS over at the Crooked Pint Ale House, Waite Park, taking home that $18.60 Musco prize in this game. Congratulations to you, JMS. So we now getting rolled into a game number 9. Minor prize clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less as we also watch it grow into this upcoming game. Just 2 minutes for you guys to get into this upcoming action. But
Wow.
Ocean's 12, really, really fun movie
Didn't
that we get to
recognize
highlight.
Lena Headey with her picture that they use on Google Images. Very strange that she's a brunette in it. I know her as a blonde and everything.
Oh, does she play a lot of characters? And it looks like she's a brunette. Like,
I never see her outside of her roles.
but she plays a lot of
And I
blondes in her roles.
Yeah, I only know her from The Purge and in Game of Thrones, where she plays Cersei Lannister, and she's got blonde hair.
Very, very interesting. Yeah. But fun cast that come together in this Ocean's 12. I've never been too into the Ocean's movies, surprisingly enough.
I've only seen Ocean's 8 with the all-female led cast.
Yeah, as I love the whole entire spy heist like style movie.
I know you love a good heist. It's surprising that the Oceans don't call to you.
They, for some reason, I think
too much of a blockbuster.
I think
action.
It's because there are too many of those like star-studded people in them that it kind of it's always kind of not made me want to watch it.
Ocean's 8 was very enjoyable, I will say. So I'm sure that most of the Oceans are pretty enjoyable. I think they all have pretty good ratings, at least over 50%.
And I'd say most of them came out before I could watch PG-13 movies.
And so they just missed you.
And so they just missed me, and that's why like Ocean's 8 is one that I have watched because it came out.
I know it came out at the right time for us
when I was actually able to enjoy a good. I mean that was.
It's Sandra Bullock. Who doesn't love a good Sandra Bullock led film?
That was fan of the entire cast of that Ocean's 8 film. Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Sarah Paulson, Helena Bonham Carter. Very, very good cast there.
Great cast of women.
The 2004 work, Ocean's 12, came out on today in movie history. Very, very fun one. Well, moving on to our next movie released on today. As yesterday, we highlighted The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Today, we highlight the 2010 sequel to that, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Absolutely, as this is an awesome Narnia film. Is this the one that we just watched? It is.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Oh, is it? I
Yes,
thought
it
was.
is.
Oh, you're totally right. It is. I thought this was the second one, which is
Prince Caspian.
Yeah, the Tale of Prince Caspian.
Yeah, I was gonna say we watched. This is the third installment in the Narnia movies. As Ian and I just watched this, I think last week as a random chuck-on movie that I put on. This stars Georgie Henley as well as many others like Skandar Keynes, as well as Ben Barnes, Will Poultier, William Moseley, and more. Anna Popple.
Yeah, really, this has
Popplewell.
the most star-studded cast. The four main kids are really not that big names, as they went on to do their own things and pick their own genres that weren't blockbuster hits, really. But Ben Barnes, Will Poultier, Tilda Swinton, Liam Neeson as Aslan. You also get Simon Pegg in this work. You get a few other really, really fun casts in this one. James McAvoy doesn't return for this one. Shoot. I think you had Peter Dinklage in the second one. Which was super fun as well, but they don't return for this one. But big fan of the entire Narnia series. As a kid, I watched the entire Narnia series a bunch, and this was one of the better ones. I thought it was a little late in my love of Narnia, and so it didn't necessarily capture me the same way the Prince Caspian movie I really enjoyed, and the original one that came out in 2005. But still, really, really fun work, and me and Jordy just enjoyed it about a few months ago.
Absolutely. As a young girl, after watching the Prince Caspian film, seeing him come back for this next one, I was so excited to see Ben Barnes on my screen again as a little 10-year-old. But honestly, all of the Narnia movies are quite enjoyable to me. It's a really well-done storyline, in my opinion, and so it's a fun one coming out on today in 2010.
Have you ever read the books?
No.
Yeah, they're really good books. I enjoyed them.
I'll probably read them when I have kids to read them with.
That totally makes sense. You've now skipped the age where it could be like
Yeah.
super calling to you.
I don't think it would pull me in, but if I knew that my kids were reading the same content, I would absolutely want to dive deep into the literature.
Oh, for sure. It makes it fun to be able to read with them.
Yeah.
We have moved past all of our jackpot prizes in this game, as we will be seeing this must-go prize go out very, very soon. As there it goes. Silver over at Sliver, I should say, over at the Whiskey Street Melrose is taking home $34.10 on our must-go win, as we now get enrolled into this next game. With that minor jackpot, clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less in this fun game number 10 of Game Day Bingo.
Absolutely. Continue to get enrolled in this next round as we talk about our final movie released on today. This one came out in 2021. This is a musical romance as West Side Story came out on today. This stars Rachel Zegler, Ansel Gore, Mike Fast, Maddie Ziegler, as well as like Rita Moreno as well. This is definitely a fun adaptation that was done about the classic screenplay. Steven Spielberg helped make this one as he was the director on it. This won numerous awards as well, as this was given, or the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress was given in this film as well. Super fun stuff. It has 91% on Rotten Tomatoes as well. This is definitely a well-loved storyline that has been done a couple times.
Yeah, a few Golden Globes were given out on this one. Very impressive stuff for West Side Story. I never ended up watching this one just because just missed me on wanting to watch it.
Yeah, there was a certain controversy that came out around this movie at the time, and the way that the crowds were talking about it, I just didn't know if it was something that I wanted to watch. I love the story of West Side Story, but I just never sat down to watch this. I really like the cast. As Mike Fast, I ended up watching in later works as well, and so it'd be fun to see him in some earlier stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That would be interesting.
As early as 4 years ago was.
Yeah, yeah. West Side Story, released on today in 2021, received really well. Rotten Tomatoes score of 91%. So, maybe give it a watch on today. Fun movies released on today. Some really good ones. I really like the Green Mile and Big Fish. Those are my two favorites on this list. But there's
Absolutely.
a lot of really good ones.
I have Big Fish and Voyage of the Dawn Treader as my top two.
Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
I really enjoy it still to this day. I have a lot of fun with it. Young Will Poultier is absolutely hysterical to me as he's just a little brat.
You know, tell you what, I hated him as a kid.
I did
Love
too.
Love him.
Oh my gosh.
I think he's so much funnier now as an adult
His
rewatching.
little kid humor is very funny. As a little kid watching it, it's like
Nails on a
unpalatable.
chalkboard.
Yeah.
Nails on a chalkboard.
You're like, wow, this kid is annoying.
Oh,
But
for sure.
as an adult, it's hysterical.
I was so caught up in the hero of the
I
story.
know, as you have
like,
Prince Caspian, and
yeah, and
you have Edward finally stepping up to be a man.
yeah.
And
So
then there's eyebrows.
I think also this one really upset me because it didn't have Peter in it, and
Yeah,
I was
Peter's your guy.
and I was such a Peter guy, and because being the oldest myself of 4 siblings, I always related with. I was always like, I am the Peter of my family, kind of thing, and so like when Peter was out of it, I was like, no, and so that like ruined my liking of the final one, and so definitely don't have the same love for it, but it's still a really fun work.
Absolutely. Well, maybe go give one of those films a watch on today. We are about halfway through this great game of Game Day Bingo here. We'll have to see who's going to be taking home the prize. We've got a minor jackpot at 60 balls or less, $177. If we're unable to give out one of these great jackpots, though, we do have that awesome $44 must-go prize on the line as well.
Yeah, should be a fun one. And as we get after it, we do have some Minnesota Wild news we could talk about as you compete in some Minnesota Wild Game Day Bingo. As our Minnesota Wild ended up losing in their last matchup to the Kings 4-1. Not necessarily what we wanted to see,
okay.
as our one goal was scored in that third period by Yakov Trenin, as we went to an empty goal to try and get that goal. But the empty goal ended up leading to not nearly in our favor, as they scored 2 empty net goals. But while we had Marc-Andre between the pipes, he was able to stop 30 of 32 shots on goal. Not too bad of a performance. But we tried to mount that comeback late in that third period, and it just didn't quite work out.
That's okay. We've got another game coming up today against the Utah Hockey Club. It's going to be at 8:30 tonight, so hopefully we can get momentum swinging back our way as our Wild take the ice. If you guys want to show your support, you guys can go and check out the great ETAB game that we have teamed up with them for called Let's Go Wild. You guys can even check it out and check out that Slapshot bonus round as well to try and take home some huge prizes. It's definitely a lot of fun. Go and check it out today.
For sure, it's a great time there. As we're having a great time right here. We'll see if we can give out this minor jackpot on this ball. No, we'll be moving on to the Musco prize as $44.10 will be going out to our lucky winner, as that winner is Call Me Jen and You and Me. Call Me Jen plays over at the Ben Chop and Rail House, and You and Me plays over at the Municipal Liquor Store Mapleton. Congratulations to both of our winners. As we will now be getting enrolled into this next game with that minor prize, clicking up from 60 to 62 balls or less. Hopefully we could give it out in this game number 11.
Absolutely. Stick around as Ian and I only have 2 more games that we're going to be here live with you guys for. Stick around, get enrolled. You absolutely do not want to miss out on any of the great cash prizes here. But if you don't plan on getting enrolled, actually you have enough time before this game even starts to head on over to pgl.world and sign up and be back and ready enrolled in this game before you know it. If you guys want to head on over to pgl.world and sign up, you can become a member of the Pilot Gambling League, earning points on our PGL specialty nights like tonight at 6:40 p.m. when that MegaSota game night gets kickstarted off, or tomorrow as well as each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for our awesome Wild Wednesdays. You also get to take home insider information like the monthly newsletter that'll get sent out to the email you go and sign up with. Head on over to pgl.world and sign up today.
Well, let's get into those PGL standings, what those players have been earning points for. As 10th place in the player side of those standings, we got Cal Peace over the Dayton Bar and Grill with 1,255,000 points. With 1,278,000 points in 9th place, we got Jim P. over at the Third Crossing Bar and Grill. 8th place is our longtime player, Mad Dog, over Boudreaux's Bar 2, with his Lucky Horseshoe sitting there with 1,284,000 points. With 1,346,000 points in 7th place, we got Rakuda over at Devo's Sand Bar, as our 6th place player is Keese over at the Midtown Bar and Grill, as they sit with 1,350,000 points. With 1,367,000 points in 5th place, we got Drumskeet at the Underground Bar and Grill. As our 4th place PGL player is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill, as they sit with 1,487,000 points. With 1,501,000 points in 3rd place, we got Nelly over at Brian's Bar and Grill, as Bassy Blings over the Maple Tavern sits in 2nd with 1,579,000 points. As we have a huge jump up for our 1st place player, as that player is Hermie over at Eagle's Nest, as they sit with 2,022,000 points.
Well, nicely done to our 1st place player, Hermie. Now on to the locations that all of our awesome players play at. 10th place is Sandbar 2 of Detroit Lakes. They currently sit with 1,515,960 points. 9th place is the Maple Tavern of Maple Grove. They've got 1,579,090 points. Then, with 1,592,444 points in 8th place, we have the Midtown Bar and Grill of St. Cloud. Now, in 7th place, we got the Devo Sandbar of Gilbert, as they currently sit with 1,594,945 points. With 1,682,104 points in 6th place, we've got Malone's Bar and Grill of Maple Grove. Now, 5th place is our final location in the 1 million point club, as it is Brian's Bar and Grill of Stillwater. They currently sit with 1,734,175 points. Now on to the 2 million point club, because in 4th place we've got Eagle's Nest of Eagles Lake. They currently sit with 2,022,085 points. With 2,165,600 points in 3rd place, we've got none other than the Boulevard Bar and Grill of Coon Rapids. Ahead of them, in 2nd place, we've got the Third Crossing Bar and Grill of Frozzy with 2,554,740 points. And in 1st place, it is none other than the Blue Bricks of Mankato. They are currently sitting with 2,743,100 points on this season. Awesome job to Blue Bricks in the entirety of our top 10. Make sure you guys are choosing the location you want to help out get those points as you guys come on out to play for those PGO points yourself. We are just about $4 balls away here as we've got great player Nasty trying to take it home. We'll have to see if they're able to do so or if anyone else is going to be coming on in to steal that prize away.
And as we try and give out some great prizes, I'd like to remind you that when playing Pilot Games, don't forget to share those awesome player pictures with us. We absolutely love seeing your smiling faces, and if you happen to hit a jackpot, hold up that iPad and show off that happy face with the jackpot message. We'd love to celebrate with you. You could also send us pictures of you playing with your friends or your favorite bartender. To share your pics, you can either direct message them to us on Facebook, post them with the hashtag Pilot Games, or email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. We cannot wait to see all the fun moments that you guys capture out there while playing these amazing games.
Absolutely, as we have C. Burr over at the Crooked Pine Ale House Waite Park, taking away that Musco prize. Nicely done there. $257 is heading your way, C. Burr. Make sure you get enrolled, though, as we have $63.70 getting tacked onto a double Musco prize going into this final round of Lunchtime Game Day Bingo. Stick around and get enrolled, as we are going to be talking about some super fun celebrities born on today. So shout out to anyone out there playing Pilot Games on their birthday today. Happy birthday out to you. Hopefully you can take home an awesome jackpot prize for yourself as we talk about some of the awesome celebrities that happen to share your birthday with you.
Absolutely. We start off with a fitting birthday as the Green Mile did come out on today. At the 1957 birthday we're starting off with is Michael Clark Duncan, one of the main characters from that role, and it's an American actor that has starred in a multitude of works.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to Michael Clark Duncan. We are big fans over here. Up next, in 1960, we've got Kenneth Branagh. The Northern Irish actor and director did High Season and Dead Again.
Yeah, what me and Jordy would most know him for as the starting off as like snooty professor that pops up in the Harry Potter franchise as he plays. Gosh, I'm blanking on the blonde professor that comes into this work.
I had it and you made me lose it as you kept talking about him. Not Cornelius. It's Gilderoy Lockhart. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, Gilderoy Lockhart. But that good director now as well. Happy birthday to Kenneth Branagh. Next up in 1964, we got Bobby Flay, the American celebrity chef, restaurateur, and TV personality from Iron Chef America. Bobby Flay's barbecue. Addiction, as well as other really popular works. Bobby Flay, one of the most known chefs to ever grace the TV.
One of my favorite Iron Chefs.
Oh.
Happy birthday. Up next in 1982, we've got Sultan Kozan. He is the Turkish farmer and the world's tallest man.
That is crazy. Let's find out how tall.
How tall is he?
Yeah, how tall? 8'3". That is insane. Happy birthday, Sultan Kozan.
I would go up to just past his belly button.
That's crazy. Next up, born on today in 1985, we got Raven-Symoné, the American actress from The Crosby Show from 1989 to 92, playing Olivia, and then most notably known for That's So Raven, which ran from 2003 to 2007. She also starred in Cheetah Girls as well, which was another big work for hers.
Big fan of Raven-Symoné. She is one of the largest actresses and singers of my childhood. Absolutely loved growing up on That So Raven, as well as the Cheetah Girls will always have a special place in my heart. It's one of the reasons I hope to have a daughter one day so I can share my girly Disney loves of the early 2000s and 90s with her. I think it'd be so fun. Raven-Symoné is a great one on today. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was definitely, I can see into the future. Great show. Next up in 1996, we got Joe Burrow, born on today, the American football quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner in 2019, national champion in 2020, won the MVP for LSU during that time. Very impressive. Now plays for the Bengals and is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Is currently one of the top guys in the lead for MVP, the MVP trophy this year.
Was it 2 seasons ago that he had all that hype? That everyone was realizing who Joe Burrow was?
No, people have always known how good Joe Burrow is since 2019.
I'm talking about his looks. How everyone blew him up. Was that 2 years ago?
I would say that was probably in 2019 when he won the Heisman Trophy, and then he's kind of just had a following of I'm not on that side of social media of
Well, then never mind. It's okay.
attractive
Happy
Joe
birthday
Burrow.
to Joe Burrows. He is the awesome football quarterback.
Yeah, yeah, and right now is in closing deals with the iconic Batmobile from the Christopher Nolan Batmans. He's trying to buy that Batmobile, which I think is absolutely sweet. It would be hilarious for him.
Oh, rich people bother me.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Rich people bother me so
I wonder
bad.
if he'll actually close on the deal.
Oh.
Well, as we come to a close of this final game, I would like to give a shout out to one final eTab game. That is the eTab game Twins Win. It is a super fun eTab where you can check out the great home run derby bonus round, where if you pick out the right lucky batter, you'll be taking home a grand slam prize. It is always a fun time there.
Absolutely, but as we're closing in here, we want to highlight Pelican Gal at the Pelican Cove, who took home $67,168. While over at the Pelican Cove, they support Currytown and Country Boosters Triple Crown. Their purpose of the organization is to promote Curry, Minnesota, and the area by providing support for youth activities, parks, recreation, and tourism.
Awesome charity support as we get reminded of that as we give out the double Mutzko of $93.50 to Sandy and Windsor KGK. They're all splitting up that $93.50 Mutzko prize. Congratulations to all of our winners throughout these 12 games, and hope you have some fun playing a little Lucky 4 bingo as well as some more game day bingo. Come back out for some more game day bingo as me and Jordy will be live from 4 to 6 tonight. So as you get through this game day bingo, remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.